1, 2, 3, 4.
Springtime, 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 springtime.
It's my screen time too.
Springtime, springtime.
Hello and welcome to It's My Screen Time Too, the podcast where we review the programming the other critics ignore, stuff made for kids. Find out what to watch for family movie night, what to avoid altogether, and what you'll want to watch alone voluntarily. I'm Deborah.
And I'm Katie.
And I have 3 kids, ages 15, 11, and 11.
And I have 2 kids, ages 9 and 6.
Welcome to our Screen Time in the News episode for the week of December 11th, 2024.
Here we are, mid-December, and I have to tell you, listeners, we searched high and low for one of the rundowns of new holiday family movies we usually bust out around this time of year, but we came up short, and we thought that in itself was notable. I have to add a short aside here that it could be because Deborah has been moving house, and normally I rely on her to just take screenshots of the actual physical newspapers she gets delivered to her house for these things, and she's been a little busy. So that could be a part of the reason why we haven't seen it. But we chose 2 listicles to discuss in today's episode. One, a list of the 13 best Christmas movies of all time from, of all publications, In Style magazine, because it is so laughably bad. And 2, a list of the best new Christmas movies of the year from Good Housekeeping, because 1, we heart Good Housekeeping, and because 2, it contains shockingly few movies made for kids or families. So first, let's just go ahead and dispense with the In Style article titled The 13 Best Christmas Movies of All Time and Where to Watch Them. In Style isn't normally my choice for thoughtful film reviews, but this list was so weird that it made me wonder whether its author, Avery Baudelaire, is a real person or actually AI. Deborah, is there a world in which Home Alone 2 deserves a spot on a list of 13 greatest Christmas movies of all time, but the original Home Alone does not? Is this like a normal accepted position that Home Alone 2 is somehow superior?
This really blew my holiday cheer away. I know. How could you include Home Alone 2 and not Home Alone? I posed this question to my family, though, and one of my kids was referencing the 4th Home Alone movie as their favorite, and I was maybe Avery is Gen Z and we just can't relate to their perception of these movies. I don't want to call out this author too much, but like you said, In Style is like a shopping magazine.
Yeah, so maybe the glitzy New York aspect of it.
Yeah, it was a weird list, I thought.
Very weird. First of all, neither version of Miracle on 34th Street, but Lindsay Lohan's 2022 Falling for Christmas. I understand wanting at least one cheesy Christmas romance on here just to represent the genre. If you're limiting yourself to 13 of all time, why this one?
I kind of think I have an answer to how this happened.
Okay.
I bet this article was pitched as, these are my 13 favorite Christmas movies. And then an editor, because we live in a internet slop pile of clickbait, changed it to 13 best movies of all time, Christmas movies of all time, even though the headline doesn't really match the content. That happens all the time.
Yeah, we should have gotten a much more subjective take on why these are her favorites, because it is just such an idiosyncratic list.
Yeah, there has to be a reason why these 13 made it onto the list and not the original Home Alone or some of what we consider as classics.
Yeah.
I was surprised, based on the other choices on this list, that the Mariah Carey Christmas movie wasn't on here.
Oh my gosh, blast from the past.
Yeah, that was the first Christmas movie we reviewed, I think.
Oh, wow. Yeah, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Do you have a top 10 list off the top of your head?
I don't think there's 10 on here, but I would choose Elf, Bad Santa, White Christmas, Home Alone, Klaus or Claus.
We've been really struggling with that title this season.
It's a good movie. Jingle Jangle, Scrooged, and Spirited.
Oh, a lot of new ones on your list. I like that. I would add to that Miracle on 34th Street. Either, really. I mean, as a 90s kid, I have some fondness for the 90s version. The Holiday is a classic, I think. But then the short, like, TV specials from our childhood, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Mickey's Christmas Carol, and the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
That's right. I posed that question and my kids brought up The Grinch, the original one. Yeah, that's definitely a classic. That would go on my 13 favorite Christmas movies of all time list.
Yeah. All right, now on to the Good Housekeeping article. Is that okay?
Yes, and this is more a source for family movie recommendations.
Yeah, we end up talking about Good Housekeeping articles a surprising amount on this podcast. Of the 16 movies in Adriana Friedman's listicle titled The 16 Best New Christmas Movies of the 2024 Holiday Season, really maybe only 3 of them are kids' movies, whereas the phenomenon of schlocky Christmas romances used to be, I think, an amusing aside during the holiday season. It's pretty clear that like these low-budget holiday romances have officially supplanted Santa-related content as the headliners of the season. Do you have any thoughts on why you think this could be?
Yes, because I think that in the United States, we always overdo it. It was like, I don't know, within the last decade, people kind of revealed that they loved the cheesy Hallmark romance Christmas movie. And then all of a sudden there was an app where you could stream all of them all the time. And then all of a sudden there were like a million spin-offs of that genre of movie. And now it's too much. It's just like pumpkin spice. Like pumpkin spice lattes were kind of a niche treat. And then late stage capitalism just ruined it.
Aww.
And now you can buy like pumpkin spice Cheerios in the grocery in like before like the 4th of July.
I like that take, a classic example of overdoing it. I just think it's so weird that we would choose not to still serve both audiences because they're different audiences. People aren't watching these Christmas romances with their families, to my knowledge.
No, they're like this is like either a single lady or like a mom wrapping gifts, Home Alone type of experience. This is not like something that you sit down with the entire extended family and watch like you would with Elf or something.
Right.
And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with a cheesy holiday romance movie, but it's just like there's way too many of them at this point. And if all the movie money has been used up making these, and I'm sad that the family movies aren't coming out anymore.
So you don't think that it's because there are no new stories to tell?
I mean, there's millions of ways to make a Christmas movie, even if it is telling the same story. There's just like a million different ways to tell it.
And like the story of Santa Claus in particular, which I know we've talked about some ambivalence about celebrating the capitalistic nature of Christmas, but the origin of Santa Claus is so manufactured anyway, or not even the origin, the concept of Santa Claus is so manufactured anyway that you can tell a story about how Santa Claus came to be in a million different ways. There's no canon that you have to worry about deviating from.
Right.
I also just think that stories about finding comfort in the love of our families despite our differences could be such a balm in our troubled times. Like, please give us the Christmas movies about loving one another that we need right now.
Totally.
Do you think this could have anything to do with the proliferation of short form online videos and that they've just extended so far that families aren't even sitting down for like the one okay, we got to gather around for the holiday movie moment?
Possibly because my kids really love YouTube shorts and will watch those way like on their own, unprompted, way before they would choose like a movie.
Yeah, agreed. I think this is an argument for bringing back at least the 30-minute Christmas special, which a lot of the ones I mentioned in our 10 best rundown, like The Grinch and like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, those aren't full-length movies. They're
But
just,
we've watched some of those, like was it the Marvel one?
oh yeah, the new ones they're
And then the Lego
making.
Star Wars one, they're
Yeah.
not that good.
Uh-huh. Like I think they might have a bad guys one too. Like remember how we reviewed that bad guys one for
Yeah.
Halloween? I think they have a Christmas one of those too. You're right. There are definitely bad examples of the form. I'm just thinking maybe we need to embrace the shorter format for family related holiday content. I don't know. Are the classics just so good that we really don't need any new ones?
Um, I suppose if we cut off if like Hollywood got destroyed, we would be okay. But like, no, I think we always need to be investing in creativity, or not investing isn't the right word. I think we need to be supporting creativity, even if there are enough classics to fill up our December weekend Saturdays. I think there's people being born all the time who have unique takes on these very archetypal tales, and we need to keep making it possible for them to make new content. And the content isn't the right word. Art is what I mean.
I think too, and as much as I would love my children to embrace classic cinema, I think there's something to be said for like children's sensibilities being different, and maybe it's
Yeah.
okay to retell a classic in a way that's going to be more appealing. I mean, I just think about the way my kids I think about the way my kids prefer the look of like what I would call a CGI movie, animated movie, to like a hand-drawn movie. And that is a change that I don't love, but it's just the way their aesthetics are different from mine. And if that means they could enjoy a classic story, if it were just given a little tweak to modernize it, I would be fine with that. Are you going to watch any of these made for grown-ups Christmas movies on the Good Housekeeping list, or have you watched any?
Okay. I'm really curious about the Hot Frosty movie just because I've heard it on podcasts. I've heard about it like in just conversation. I'm curious. I want to watch at least like the first 10 minutes of it. I think that the Ben Stiller one sounds kind of charming, even though I think a while ago I swore I would never watch another Ben Stiller film. And that's the Nutcrackers one on Hulu. And then originally, when I first saw the title, The Holiday Junkie, I thought it meant junkie like somebody addicted to heroin. But then I read the description and it's not at all that. So I probably won't be watching that one. Oh, and then I think Jeremy's going to take my boys to see Red One.
Oh, right. This is the PG-13 one starring The Rock. Yeah, I'll be interesting to hear what they think of that. I have zero interest, but
Same. Well, it's very like gender division at my household because Libby and I saw the best Christmas pageant ever together, which is like a softer, more feminine tale for the holidays, I guess.
I will admit to watching The Merry Gentleman with Kevin on Netflix, which
How
is
is that?
the other supposedly spicy Netflix release. Despite being billed as like being extra spicy because it's about a male dance review in which they take off their shirts, it was pretty bog standard, I thought, for a Christmas romance. It followed all the same beats. It was nice to see Chad Michael Murray doing something, and
Nice.
he looks nice with his shirt off, so I guess that's fine.
The Meet Me Next Christmas, where the heroine is trying to find tickets to see a sold out Pentatonics concert. That's like so meta. I love it. I love pentatonics.
Oh, well,
Christmas songs.
you are a millennial. Any other thoughts on the new Christmas movies of 2024?
At this point in my family's evolution of like kids that are involved in their own activities post pandemic where we're not just home all the time, like I'm gonna have to schedule in holiday family movie time and like make everybody sit down, which on the one hand kind of makes me sad that those like long days that never end of parenting small children are over, but it's also nice that everybody has their own lives.
I also like, from the perspective of having kids who right now are going through a season in their lives in which they really just want to be playing video games all the time. I like being able to be like, it's the holidays. We are spending 2 hours watching this movie together once a week because it's the season to do that.
Oh, same. Yeah, totally. Yeah, we have to turn off the video games and make the kids watch a movie, which is kind of funny. I'm forcing you to watch a movie. It's not like I'm forcing you to like do some kind
Go
of
out
like
and milk the
outside.
cows.
Sure, yeah.
But it is nice to have the excuse of the season and not just have it be mom is forcing you to sit down and watch a family movie. No, we have to because it's Christmas time. So get your butt on the couch.
So let's move on to our general catch up. What are your kids watching? What are you watching with them?
Kevin has an extraordinary fondness for a specific type of reality television. He really likes the shows where they either search for treasure or dig for gold. He loves them. He has forever since I've known him. And he's recently started watching them with the boys, like when it's just like dad and kid lazy time. And they are really into it, which I find entertaining and then makes me more likely to come sit on the couch and watch a gold show because I don't particularly care for them. But it is fun to hear my kids getting really into it.
Is this like a Discovery type channel type show?
Yeah.
Okay. Real slow paced.
Yeah, definitely make a mountain out of a molehill. Like, oh, we found a doubloon. There must be gold in them thar hills.
Nice. That's nice that he can share his screen time preferences with them.
Yeah. How about your kids?
They've been watching a lot of, did I tell you this last time? Warriors, the cat series of books. They've been watching a lot of YouTube shorts on the Warriors cats, which I don't really enjoy, but I do try to sit down and share that with them. And then, oh, because of the move, we unearthed some old piano books and we found the Encanto piano book. And then that made us watch the movie Encanto, which I hadn't seen in a while. And that's a delightful one.
Yeah, that has fallen out of our repeat cycle.
It's good. The songs are so singable. Mm-hmm. So what's on your grown-up screen time docket?
2 sci-fi faves are back in weekly release. So we are watching Silo on Apple TV Plus, and I mean, I guess Dune Prophecy is a new show. It's not a fave, but we quite enjoyed the Dune movie that came out last year. So we're watching those on a week-to-week basis. And then we're enjoying what I think is the final season, sad face, of Somebody Somewhere on HBO.
Oh no, it's the final season?
That's why I said , but I think it might be. Yeah.
I need to watch that. Okay, so we haven't been watching much other than Slow Horses. Like 1 episode a week. That's all the TV grown-up screen time I've had.
Well,
Because
you've
there's
got
so
stuff
much
going on.
Well, but there's also so much football.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. If you could see Deborah's face right now. When she said football, it was like a full-on lip curl.
Well, which I understand And it's fine. Like Jeremy will watch football and I'll just go read. And I like to read, but I need a show on my own. And I think somebody somewhere will have to be it. And those are nice short episodes too.
We did start last week, or sorry, we did start last night the new Netflix series Man on the Inside with Ted Danson, and it's Mike Schur show. Did you guys watch not Parks and Rec, sorry, The Good Place?
We tried. We watched like part of the first season and didn't really get into it.
Oh, okay, so then maybe the show wouldn't be as appealing, but we watched the first couple episodes and it was really cute. So I might recommend it as like a short, just little, if you don't have much time, you can get in, get out really quickly. And we found it very charming.
Nice.
Well, thanks for listening to this Screen Time in the News episode. If you enjoyed our show today, please recommend the show to one friend you think would enjoy it too. We love growing our community of parents for sanity and screen time. Never want to miss our up-to-the-minute thoughts about screen time? Head on over to our website at myscreentime2.com. Tune in next time for more real talk about the movies and TV we watch with our kids because we have to, and sometimes because we like to. Bye!
Bye.
Screen time. Screen time.